So, this was a 5-5 game. A little longer time control to do videos on. So I go to more 5-5 play. And I had some trouble with internet connection in this game, so you'll see, but good opponent. Play e4. French defense, so I bring the knight out. So here I see he's taken a lot of time, but something's wrong with my internet connection, which is weird because usually it's good, maybe because I was video recording at the same time. So it takes me half a minute before I figure it out. So I see that that's not loading, and not chess.com's problem, but just my internet connection, so I reload. It is a French defense, knight variation, so I take. Let's see how he takes back. Oh, connection wrong again. So I lost a minute in poor connection. Reload again. He takes. So I play d4. Brings the knight out. I bring my knight out. I like developing that bishop there so we can't get any pin ideas. So I guess I'm worried about that square, but he doesn't go there. Solid setup, protecting that d4 pawn 3 times. Then I like bringing my queen up, getting those two on the same file. Protects that pawn. There's some tactics with that dark square bishop, but I don't see them, so just develop. Now look for an exchange. This loses me a bit of tempo, so I don't think I like that move that much. It's not decisive, but it's enough to slowly weaken my position. Now that e4 square, he could put a knight there, and so I do this move but lose even more time. He has his queen on a good square now, while my queen is susceptible to attack. That's kind of a wasted move. So losing a lot of time. No tactics yet, but I throw my knight back. Not sure about that move. Should have moved it back to f3. If we're gonna lose that e4 square anyways, might as well have an advanced knight. I guess that is a good protector though, but you'll see later in the game that I just do it again. But that knight proves to be slow, sluggish, weak. He doubles those rooks quickly, so I just look for some exchanges. Not trying to mess with those doubled rooks. Now 2 minor pieces on that first rank. And now that queen is strong, very strong. So I try and exchange it. He doesn't bite though. I think if in exchange here we would be pretty much even. Maybe I would have a slight advantage. Because that knight would spring into e3. Then I have 2 knights on that 3rd rank. He does have a strong pawn structure on that queen side. But he just strengthens. Now, I wish I put my bishop d2. Oh, I do. I think that's a good move. It does restrict that knight a bit. The knight can't come into d2 then. Now he just attacks that c2 square. I'm frustrated at this point. Not many ways to defend it. Not many other things to attack. Since that queen's ahead of that bishop, I'd say that was the strongest move. If I had my knight out, he wouldn't have been able to play that. But I can't let him take on c2. So I play there. And I think this is where the position really starts to lean in his favor. 2 weak pawns there. They're covering good squares, but still weak. So now I basically lose more tempo with that knight out of the center. I would liken a g4 attack at some point, but I never get to it. I think g4, tipping that knight out of the way, would be super strong, but I never get to it. No, his knight's way out of the way. Nice bring into this square, but that blocks my bishop. Now here, g4 would definitely be the play. But I block it. Looking for short-term tactics, but his knight, I'm not attacking that knight on h5 at all. It's just sitting there pretty. I do like the knight there, but it's not going to be there for long. Because he has f7, f6, f7x, f6. g4 again, ideas. Too worried about that knight. No? Instead I play f4. I don't think that's a very strong move. Maybe f4, then g4. Take. Maybe pass it up. But see, that's where that d4 weakness. Just too many pieces to attack. Too many pieces you can attack. Not enough I can attack. Move this back. Slows me down quite a bit. No, he just gets his king going, saying, "Oh, you can't move your king more than 2 moves, so I'll just throw my king up." No, I think maybe king f2. King f2. No, that's no good. Now king f2. No, it's still not good. Now take f4. But I don't. I go e5. He takes. Now see that e5 pawn, just too weak. Light squares are too weak. Wins that pawn anyways. Now it's just over. He's only up a pawn, but he has 2 extra pawns in that. He has a passed pawn on d5 that I just will never be able to take advantage of. Thinking maybe some tactics here, but just moves that king out of the way. I don't like taking there. I think that's pretty much death. Trying to maybe block his king. But that 2 extra pawns. Maybe if I run through on the dark squares, go e3. But then he just blocks with c5. Now my king's pretty much boxed in. I would like h5, but I never get to it. He just covers all those squares. Yeah, play h5, but then he's taken off down that d file. And now it's pretty much painful. I don't know why I don't resign, but I'm just trying to make him mad in any way possible. Yep. Too many pawns. The flood of pawns. Those pawns are important. Weaker players like myself take advantage of giving up a pawn here, giving up a pawn there, but one passed pawn and your ship could be sunk.